Okay, sorry for the delay. We were in executive session. We are leaving executive session now. I need a motion to leave executive session by Councilmember Linda Hammer and seconded by Rick Rushniak. All in favor to exit the executive session?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, and we need to adjourn the work session. I need a motion for that. Jerry Kaminsky.
Yes.
And seconded by Councilmember Chris Adamczak. All in favor to adjourn the work session? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, we're going to move right on to the regular meeting. The first item of business is to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So could we have the flag on, please?
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the flag
of
of the United States of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and
justice for all. And a moment of silence for our veterans. Okay, please be seated and we'll take a roll call.
Councilmember Christine Adamczak,
Here.
Councilmember Linda Hammer,
Here.
Councilmember Gerald Kaminsky,
Present.
Councilmember Brian Nowak,
Present.
Councilmember Brian Pilarski,
Present.
Councilmember Richard Rusiniak,
Here.
and Supervisor Diane Benchkowski.
Here. Okay, we're all present. There are no public hearings tonight.
We do have a public hearing tonight.
Oh, we do?
We do. It's on HUD and the Grants Home Fund.
Oh, it doesn't show what the public hearing is on the agenda. Under public hearings, there's nothing there.
I was just informed of that. My
Okay.
apologies.
Okay, all right. So that's why, all right. So, because I mentioned it at the work session, I didn't think we had any. All right. So the first public, we just have one, right? The HUD money.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So we have Rachel Straker here tonight to present that public hearing. So Rachel, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'm just going to share my screen. And hopefully this will work. Are you guys seeing just the slides?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, so this public hearing is to review HUD-funded programs and receive comments on the Town of Cheektowaga's use of its annual entitlement allocations, including community development block grant funds and home investment partnership program home funds. These funds are utilized to benefit residents who are low to moderate income and who reside in the town and villages of Sloan and Depew west of Transit Road. On an annual basis, the town receives an allocation of grant funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. HUD funds are extremely beneficial to the town to fund needed community services and accomplish necessary projects that otherwise would have to be funded by the town. The fiscal year to utilize these funds is from August 1st, 2021 through March 31st of 2022. And based on comments received from this public hearing and throughout the 30-day comment period, the town will receive a draft annual action plan to be published on the town's website, at the 2 public libraries, and in the town clerk's office on December 10th, 2020. It will then be available for a 30-day comment period, after which citizen comments will be incorporated into the final submission to HUD. In prior years, the town was awarded the following funding: Utilization of a portion of these funds for our housing rehabilitation program has generated program income through loan payments, which in turn is used to fund additional projects. Program income is also generated from the repayment of loans issued through the Cheektowaga Economic Development Corporation. These funds are reserved to further assist businesses moving into or expanding businesses in Cheektowaga. This year, we were also awarded Round 1 CARES Act funding in the amount of $616,974 for the purpose of preventing, preparing for, and responding to the coronavirus. We are also expecting Round 3 CARES Act funding in the amount of $864,606 for the same purpose. All activities utilizing CDBG funds must meet one of the 3 HUD established national objectives. They must either benefit low and moderate income persons, aid in the prevention or elimination of slums and blight, or meet a need having a particular urgency. Prior to committing either CDBG or home funds to any activity, we review the proposals for compliance with applicable federal and HUD regulations. Under agreements with the villages of Sloan and Depew, the town receives and administers CDBG grant funds on their behalf, and approximately $137,500 of the annual grant, based on population percentages, goes to the villages for their designated projects. In addition to our CDBG funds and home funds, we recently submitted an application to the New York State Affordable Housing Corporation for an additional $450,000 in matching grant funds to be utilized for housing rehabilitation assistance for income eligible homeowners in targeted neighborhoods in Cheektowaga. Next, we will be reviewing our 2019 program year accomplishments. Administration costs include staff costs, fringe benefits, supplies and equipment, training, and audit costs associated with planning, oversight, reporting, and implementation of mandated HUD programs. HUD regulations cap these costs at 20% of our annual grant, plus 20% of program income received that program year. In the 2019 program year, $257,742.34 was spent on administration costs. Attached are our housing rehabilitation associated activities. We partnered with the Community Foundation for Greater Buffalo to obtain grant funds through the Green and Healthy Homes Initiative to provide rehabilitation above and beyond our program capabilities at no additional cost to the homeowner in conjunction with our regular rehabilitation program. In the 2019 program year, we expended $489,176.48 on 37 single and multifamily units through our residential rehab program, emergency program, handicap accessibility program, and sump pump grant assistance program. We continued our acquisition rehab new construction program utilizing home investment partnership funds with the assistance of a community housing development organization. As part of this program, we also work with the Buffalo Erie Niagara Land Improvement Corporation, or BENLIC, to acquire vacant and tax foreclosed residential properties. Vacant lots are then utilized for construction of new affordable homes, and residential properties will be rehabilitated. Both will then be sold to income eligible first-time homebuyers. During this program year, 5 homes were acquired, rehabbed, and sold to low-income first-time homebuyers at 18 Randolph, 20 Randolph, 13 McParland Avenue, 32 Lyman Avenue, and 125 Leonard Post Drive. 2 properties were acquired and are currently under construction at 23 Horner and 134 Waddell, and will be sold to low-income first-time homebuyers upon completion. We're also in the process of acquiring 2 vacant lots at 36 Petro and 89 Gardenvale, with new houses to be constructed and sold to low-income first-time homebuyers. We have continued our successful partnership with Supportive Services Corporation for weatherization services provided to existing low-income owner-occupied and rental housing. 23 units were assisted with this funding in the 2019 program year. Public services is our next category of activities. Under HUD regulations, public service activities cannot exceed 15% of our annual grant allocation. With that being said, we continue to partner with Belmont Housing Resources for Western New York to provide one-on-one counseling with low-income residents regarding housing issues, credit and financial issues, tenant-landlord issues, fair housing issues, and first-time homebuyer education. This program year, 116 people were assisted through this program. Also, based on continuing demand, our summer day camp financial aid program assisted 33 families in sending low to moderate income children to town camps free of charge. This opportunity provided structured recreational and educational activities for youth ages 4 to 12 that may not have been possible for these children without our funding. We continued our funding of police foot patrols in low-income areas of the town also. This program has been greatly accepted by residents of the town of Cheektowaga and consisted of additional foot, bicycle, and canine patrols designed to prevent blighted conditions and rising crime levels in target neighborhoods. Improvement of quality of life is a major focus of this program. Services for seniors also continue to be a priority. Funding was provided to pay for a part-time outreach assistant who performed needs assessment services for elderly residents in the town of Cheektowaga, as well as assisting them with various issues and linking them to the appropriate agencies and service providers. The Village of Depew also provided funding for their operations and programming for their senior center. Through these two activities, 5,330 seniors were assisted during the 2019 program year. Child and Family Services also received funding to supplement the cost of a full-time advocate housed at the Cheektowaga Police Department to counsel victims of domestic violence and help them develop strategies to protect themselves from the offender. The advocate also assisted victims in obtaining safe shelter, long-term counseling, and civil legal assistance. If necessary, the advocate will also accompany the victims to court. In 2019, 90 people were assisted through these funds. Improvements were made to public facilities and infrastructure in HUD-designated low-moderate income neighborhoods in the town of Cheektowaga, Village of Sloan, and Village of Depew west of Transit Road. These improvements included the replacement of public sidewalks on David Avenue, Normandy Avenue, and Rowland Avenue, with an estimated 650 people benefiting from this project. The Village of Depew also replaced sidewalks on South Ellington Avenue and Zurbrick Road with an estimated 626 people benefiting from this project. In addition, the Village of Depew replaced doors at their senior center with an estimated 1,500 senior citizens benefiting from this project annually. This program year, also, the Village of Sloan combined several years of CDBG funding to replace their 50-plus-year-old pool with a new splash pad. This project was successfully completed, and an estimated 3,670 people per year will benefit from this project. Job creation and retention activities, technical assistance to businesses, and micro-enterprise assistance were identified as priority needs as well. The CEDC provided one loan in the 2019 program year in the amount of $140,000. And I just wanted to conclude, I know nobody signed up to make any comments or ask any questions beside who's present here, but anybody can contact our office at any time. They can reach me at 897-7200 extension 3, or they can email me at rstraker@tocny.org if they have any questions or comments about how funding can be used or any ideas that anybody might have.
Thank you, Rachel. I must say, this was probably the best presentation I ever got regarding our CDBG funds, and you really explained it very well. And I liked the PowerPoint while you were talking. It really helped us to understand it better. So right now, you're just taking comments for the 2021. That presentation was the past. Now we're looking to the future, correct?
Yes, so we're going to be sending out applications tomorrow to the not-for-profits that we currently deal with, asking what their needs are and what they're requesting for the 2020 program year. So that was just a recap of what we previously accomplished. So we'll be accepting over the next 30 days any comments as to how the new funds are going to be used, and then we'll have another public hearing in January.
Any council members?
That was a
Good job, Rachel.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. Appreciate it. Okay, we can move on then to the next item. I need to make the consent agenda announcement. Tonight, we have a consent agenda as part of this meeting. If any council member wishes to remove a consent agenda item for discussion, please tell me now, and I will remove the item from the consent agenda, and it will be added as a separate resolution item. Okay, nobody? Then we will, I need a motion and a second to approve the meeting agenda, including the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Deputy Supervisor Adamczak, seconded by Councilmember Rushniak. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Madam Clerk?
I have a motion by Supervisor Benchkowski and a second by Councilmember Adamczak to approve all items on the consent agenda, including the meeting minutes of September 22nd, 2020, and resolution items 2020-354 through 377, recognizing that 366 and 368 were pulled at the work session. I need a roll call vote to approve the consent agenda items. Councilmember Adamczak,
Yes.
Councilmember Hammer,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaminsky,
Said yes.
Councilmember Nowak,
Yes.
Councilmember Pilarski,
Yes.
Councilmember Usiniak,
Yes.
and Supervisor Benchkowski.
Yes.
Okay. We have no regular resolution items, but we have two items under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to accept the two waiver items and place them on the agenda as resolution item number 2020-378 and 379?
I'll make a
Make a
motion. Take your pick. Yeah.
Councilmember Hammer and a second by Councilmember Nowak. Okay. We have resolution 378. It's sponsored by Supervisor Benchkowski and seconded by Councilmember Adamczak. On July 28th, 2020, resolution 2020-278 was approved to upgrade the emergency communication radio infrastructure. A site license agreement between the town of Cheektowaga and the Erie County Water Authority provides for the lease of available space on their respective facility. The town agrees to pay the Erie County Water Authority the amount of $1,000 per month for the term of the agreement. The supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the site license agreement, subject to review and approval by the town attorney.
Does anybody have on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And our last resolution is sponsored by Councilmember Usiniak and seconded by Supervisor Benchkowski. The town wishes to dispose of surplus vehicles and property no longer functional or needed for the town use. The supervisor of the town of Cheektowaga being hereby is authorized to execute any and all documentation with Auctions International, subject to approval by the town attorney.
Anybody on the question on any of these vehicles or the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And communications, departmental communications, the supervisor statement of funds from May 31st, 2020. Our 2021 tentative budget was submitted. We have minutes from the Conservation Advisory Council of September 3rd, minutes from the Planning Board of September 10th, minutes from Traffic Safety Commission from September 15th, and minutes from the Environmental Advisory Committee of September 30th. Under general correspondence, we have one notice of claim and one summons and complaint.
Okay, supervisors' comments. I did want to mention that this weekend, the police department, our wonderful police department, is running a trunk or treat drive-through event at Cheektowaga Town Park at 1 o'clock. But you do need a ticket for it, 1 ticket per car. So please contact them. There's information on our website and the town's Facebook page. I also do want to mention that the town board felt that we should not be telling people whether they should participate in Halloween or not, or trick or treating anyway. So we're leaving that all optional, up to you. If you want to hand out candy, have your light on. If you choose not to, turn your light off. And we're asking the trick or treaters to respect that. So don't go to any homes that don't have a light on. And it's up to you if you'd like to go trick or treating. So that's my comments. Anybody else? Any council members?
Just to build off of what you said, Supervisor, the CDC and other organizations have got best practices on how to deal with Halloween and trick or treating and all that. So if you feel a need for those resources, you can seek those out.
Good point.
And one more thing, I think that since this is on a weekend and we're giving people, the option if they want to go out or not, I think we're going to limit the time from 6 to 8 p.m.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Councilmember Hammer. I forgot to
Sure.
mention that. We're limiting it for 6 to 8 o'clock. Yes, it's on our website. I forgot to mention that, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Did I forget anything else?
Yeah,
Anybody
I'd
else?
just like to see everybody use common sense and be safe.
Mhm.
Right.
We do. We want to keep our infection numbers down.
Oh.
But we want you to have fun, but also it's your option. So, anybody else have comments? Okay, motion to,
So the-
I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. I just need a second by Councilmember Pilarski. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried and we're adjourned. Thank you.